Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing beautifully well. It's the 21st of June 2020 and it's very exciting because the new series, or this year's Satal, has started. Today is the first round. Bear, tell us quickly a tiny bit about GR competition team and what league we're in, please.
We as GR have entered a Gold League team that's 4v4 in the Satal competition, as opposed to the Diamond League, which is 6v6. We plan next year to hopefully have one of both. The 4v4, we have home and away games against different teams in our table, which are about once every month for the next couple of months, several months.
We've got the GR team here. It's our new team. We can have interchangeable members, but for this first round, and was it best of 3 rounds today? What was it?
It is a 3-round match, yes.
Roger. So we've got Squirtle, we've got Signore, or Signor, we've got Bear, and we've got Leighton, and they're in the chat watching as well. They've just finished and sent the track files over, but we don't know what the score was. And who was the other team, please? PTF, obviously.
The other team was called Phoenix Task Force. They have got players all over the world, some in America, some in Cyprus, some in Brazil.
Okay. And on round 1, they got Fagan, Deathly, Diablo, and Wazir. And Planes, they've got 2 times F-15Cs and 2 times green buttons. That's interesting. And what were we in? Was it all F-16s, guys?
A-firm.
So that's our competition skin, is it?
That's one of them. We have 4.
Roger. Oh, that's cool, man. They've got their names there, look, which is awesome. Can you tell us the rules very quickly for people who haven't seen Satal before?
No problems. The home team, which we were not today, choose between weapon restriction A or weapon restriction B. Weapon restriction A, we're allowed to take 120 Charlies, up to 6 of them. It's pretty much almost the only thing. If we had Tomcats, we were allowed to take any Phoenixes. With weapons restriction B, which didn't apply today, we would not be allowed to take Charlies, only the Bravos, up to 6 of them. The ST-10s on the Jeff are restricted to only 2 of them, and the Phoenixes, the low model 47 Alpha. We take off and fly towards the bullseye. The bullseye is the center of 2 airfields.
Yep.
And there is a zone of approximately 36 nautical miles around it. Mm-hmm. Once you're in the zone, you get notified that you're in the zone. You need to control that zone for 5 minutes or kill everybody in it. If you go out of the zone and come back in, you explode.
Lovely. Okay. Anything else before we take off there?
If you do dominate the zone, you have to RTB to land. It only counts as a round win if you land.
Oh, they do look very nice there. Talk us through your choice of 3 bags, please.
We use the center line to climb up to altitude. It's usually empty before we get to our desired altitude. I don't want to give away too many things that we do. And normally by the first merge, when we remember, we'll drop the second 2.
Right, because we're watching a track file, we have the ability to fast forward, which we'll do just to let people work into their formations and whatnot. Out of interest, the bases on this league are starting 140 miles away from each other. So they've got 70 miles to cover before the merge, but that will go very quickly. So, obviously, we're not allowed to talk about the tactics, but anything you want to point out at the moment with what's going on the screen?
It was interesting. The blue team seem to take off a lot before us. They went before the ready.
Oh, yeah.
But that sort of, each player has to type ready in the chat beforehand. They only typed it twice, and we had typed twice, and then there was a takeoff, and they'd taken off. So a bit of a rush from the start. But we divided into 2 elements, essentially. And we try and cover each other's backs as best we can.
One jump. So hostiles. I mean, they started off earlier, so I suppose, but they've got up to Angels 42 already, which is interesting. Although they're quite slow. Grim Reapers are faster, but Angels 33 and 20. So no, sorry, Angel 32. So we're a bit behind them. Let's move it on a little bit. Weird. I don't know if this is a mistake by them or not, but one guy's hanging back, kind of 13 miles. I've never seen this. If it's not box formation, I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. I'm going to move on that bit. I've seen a split by GR. And we are now 52 miles, so I think this is going to start occurring pretty quickly. PTF, 44,000. Wow. The plane barely goes that high with these bags on. Amazing. They're trying to get all the mechanical energy in the jet they can for that first big important shot. Squiddle's turning in. We're supersonic. 33,000. So we're 11,000 feet lower than them, which is interesting. Think what of that as you may. These guys are now kind of forming into their 1, 2, 3, 4 with this guy slightly back. Reapers forming into the typical box. We've got the first shot ever so quickly. Look at 40 miles from Squiddle. Anyone else in chat? Is it just me talking to myself?
As always.
This is talk all you want, guys. Talk over me. Talk, you know, it's like kind of like a football game. Just say anything you want whenever you want. It's all good, guys.
Hey, what?
You're my hero.
Get rowdy.
I've watched
Get
all of
rowdy.
your videos. You're the best.
That's
Yes,
excellent.
you're the best.
We like that. Hello, Signore.
You should have. Hi.
Yeah, you should watch them.
No!
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, watch Signore, Cap.
No. Cap.
We can see you. We can see you.
This is a big mistake. You're telling everyone to talk
everything will be fine.
mistake.
Nah, do it, Cap. Do it. It's actually pretty funny.
First missiles out from PTF.
PTF just Teflon.
The plane just fired itself. It's be fine.
Hey, what server are you guys on? Or what server is this on?
It's not on any. It's a replay. Fagan's fired. So
We're watching a replay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
definitely it's gone cold.
Firing from this far away, you would only hit someone if they did.
Yeah, basically. Oh, he's lagged. He's back.
He's got Wi-Fi.
So Fagan and Deathly are now cold, and Diablo is cold. The only hot one is Wazir, whereas all the Grim Reapers are hot. So superior tactics so far from the Grim Reapers. However,
F2 scenario.
Yeah, F2 Signore.
that's what F2. That's all F2 Signore, and we'll make sure he doesn't cock up because we'd be very angry if he did. Just make sure that missile doesn't get to him. No, he's dodged that, I think.
Oh, it's worse.
Oh, no, Signore, why is that ground coming up so quickly? Why, Signore, why, Signore, why, Signore? Only Signore could make me this angry if he hits that piece of ground right there. Oh, how hard is it? How hard is it?
I was safe and then rolled over and killed myself.
Months of training, and he just rammed into a tree.
I'm like, alright, it sounds like your trap was working fine.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah.
Right, well, there you go. Squiddle's coming at Angels 20, Bear at Angels 16, and Leighton's coming at Angels 21. These guys have got really close. Now, I've never seen that before. It's either really stupid or really clever. I don't know which. But two times, I mean, everything's going to be AIM 120Cs today, obviously, from the planes involved. Squiddle is about to get an RC warning. Again,
I'll redeem myself later.
we can have... so the 18 is not a massive advantage if it can't carry 10 AMRAAMs, can it, from the rules I was listening to?
No, but it's got good data link.
Yes, it does have a good data link. Squiddle's about to get one in the face. He's gone defensive. Out he goes.
We're not actually doing a box, by the way. We're actually doing we're trying to execute a pincer. Just trying to get the guys in the middle.
I mean, you've done it right. They're pincered. I mean, they're definitely pincered.
Yep.
Have a look at the Angels. 15. The mouse has gone weird. I hate it when it does that.
I think they're all pretty dirty, aren't they?
26. 7. They're all over the place. They're just mushed. We're pounding from the west here, and we're pounding from the south. We've got them nicely tied up. Thing is, I've seen people fight in a corner like this really well before. KIAP, or whatever they were called. I remember them fighting in a box like this, and they did really well. Bears coming in.
I was so mad. Ugh.
So you should be.
Yeah, it never happened once in our practices, and then I would tell you what happened, but I don't even want to go into it. It's stupid. It was dumb.
Really good AMRAM there. That's a really good AMRAM on Fagan. If we didn't have Wi-Fi, they'd go jag him around everywhere. That would be a kill. But he does have Wi-Fi, so... Okay, lots of shit on Bear. He's got to get low. I don't think
He's actually... They were admittedly on Wi-Fi.
Oh! They shouldn't be allowed in Wi-Fi because it means the missiles can't track. It's so stupid.
Electronic.
You didn't see that AIM 120 behind me that did a full 180.
Lols.
What is that?
That's a good shot. That's a good shot. Oh, he's trying to jink it and he can't. That's a hit, boys.
Not enough thrust.
Oh, you're kidding? He got rid of it. These guys. Wow. Squiddle's giving up and he's going for ACM. Head on head. Oh, we've got ACM.
This is going to be like rare to witness.
There's the bad dog.
That's an AIM-9X, I'm assuming.
That was a 120.
That was 120. Wow, that moved. That really
Sorry,
allowed,
I did
so-
forget to say we're not allowed AIM 9Xs at all.
Yeah, so we actually just take 6
down.
AMRAMs every time, Cap.
Roger. Okay, Squiddle versus 3 PTFs. Squiddle's good in ACM, so you never know, boys. You never know.
You can do it, Squirtle.
Go on, Squiddle. There's a missile. There's a missile. Who's it going for? It's going for Wazir, who's up high. It's going to be hard to dodge. That's a belly shot. And dodging a belly shot is a very hard thing to do. Yay! Squiddle! Nice. Man on a mission. 6,000 feet, so he's in the mountains. Okay, what can he do now? Oh, these guys are converging. Oh! It's a good shot on Diablo, and he's gone cold into a mountain, to a canyon, sorry. It's a belly shot. Oh, it's missed. Both have cancelled. Right. We're going in for guns now, guys. This guy's way above him, look. Squiddle probably doesn't even know he's there.
Squirtle knows many things.
No, he doesn't. Right. We'll see about that. It's just gone into the typical chaos of ACM now. Everyone just panicking and scanning the radar around, scanning their ball sight around. And obviously remember that Data Link doesn't see guys in the canyon, so when Squiddle goes in the canyon, he disappears.
I'd press F2.
Better to panic in the fight than before it.
There you go. Oh, he's panicked now. He shouldn't be out of there, I don't think.
Like I did.
It's going to get found. He's going to have to belly shoot someone, I think. There it is. Missile out. That's very hard to dodge from below. Shouldn't have been up there. Really? He's still got 3 fuel tanks on in ACM. Bit weird, but okay. Right, it's 1-on-1. 3 down. And co-altitude pretty much. This guy looks like he's got the hots for Squiddle, though. He has. Oh, it's an AIM 9 Mike. Oh, Squiddle crashed into the ground.
No. I got hit by a missile before. He hit me on a missile.
It was just a bit laggy, I think. Right, just good comeback. Pretty not so good play from GR in the midfield, but a good comeback at the end at least. Right, so 1 score, 1 to PTF. Stand by for round 2.
The other rule is the aircraft that you take into the first round may not be changed. You can change pilots, but you cannot change aircraft.
Roger. Okay, guys. Right, we're on for round 2 now. The Reds this time are going to be PTF. We've got Wazir again. We've got, if I can get him, Definitely again, Fagan, Diablo. They're the same guys again. But am I right that you can change players around?
Yeah.
Right.
But you have to remain in the same aircraft. So if you do have a new player come in, he can't actually change aircraft.
Roger.
To be the same 4 aircraft.
Okay, we've got the same boys again. Right, let's skip forward until round 2 kicks off. I mean, you're pretty much going to take these AMRAMs all the time, aren't you?
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to take AIM-9s really in this situation. For
the two rule sets for the way they apply to us, for the way what it means for us is we're either going to take 6 AIM-120Cs or 6 AIM-120Bs. That's the only difference. Those are the two rules. The C has a more advanced seeker that is slightly less prone to being spooked, and it also has higher range because I think it has a better motor, a longer burn motor. So it has lower drag fins, so it has a better glide as well. It's just better in every way, essentially, than the B.
Better. Gotcha.
Apart from maneuverability, in which case
Apart
the B
from,
can maneuver better.
That
Because
maneuvered
of
pretty
those
well when I saw that before.
Well, we use them as close range. Like we get 1.5 mile kills. If you just lead a bit with the 120B, it's
less than that.
fighting. Yeah, less than that. Yeah.
Like they're off to your left and you go over with it.
Exactly. So if you're like in a dogfight and you're turning with somebody, just like full lead, and then fire, and then the AMRAM most likely. Yeah.
Okay, guys. I know you want tasty for action, so I'm going to speed it up because we can in a track. Okay, off they go. Be interesting. So you took off the same time as each other this time, yeah?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? They got the same thing again. You've got the two 15s going together and one F-18 lagging behind. I can't believe that's on purpose, but maybe it is.
Seen that a few times in friendlies, though, haven't we, with the 18 lagging at the back.
I wonder if...
Cap, could you turn on name tags, please?
Stand by. Ping.
Anchor.
Kinematics check. Oh, I love that spread. The fan. Spread. Okay, let's have a look at kinematics. We've got the 15s, which are very powerful jets. Angels 41 plus already. We've got the ground or / true speed there. We've got the green buttons at 35 and 24. That's weird. It always is random. The lovely fan of Reapers, 700 knots, so much faster. The Angels 33 again, Angels 33. So they've decided, for whatever reason, that's the Reaper height, Angels 33, 34. Very different to this opposing side. I'm sure they've got the reasons for it. So let's have a look at the distance, 40 miles. They're going to start firing again, if anything. It's the same from last time, so we'll see.
So I'll explain the altitude real quick. Basically, F-15s have much more lift than F-16s, and
remember, this will be published.
F-16s struggle. That's public knowledge. F-16s struggle because they have little wings at high altitude because there's less air, and there's less lift, which means a F-16 has to pull higher angle of attack to stay level, and angle of attack is the enemy of high speed. So that's why if you go too high in an F-16, you will start losing a lot of airspeed.
Those tiny wings and that thin air.
Roger, guys. Makes sense. Well, it's a difference from last time because they're bombarding 40-mile shots at you this time. PTF. Down here.
That guy does like a missile.
That's 4. He does like his missiles. Fagan. 4 Amran 20Cs.
Jesus.
2 on Signore, 2 on Squirrel, 1 on Bear, 1 on Signore. Should be interesting. And again, they're in their little tight corner again, and we're in the big kind of spread again. So it's interesting. Or a pincer, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
And these Amrans must have changed because you couldn't 6 months ago you couldn't lob these 40 miles, but you can now apparently, which is interesting. Right, we're starting to fire, roughly speaking, about 30, just gone 30 miles. Our guys are cranking in for the shot. It looks like. I'm not sure what we're doing at the moment. We're just doing whatever we're doing. Yeah, we've decreased altitude, increased speed. So just trading blows at the moment, just kind of posturing to send each other defensive. Bear's going down as well.
Yeah, the AMRAMs will be way out of fuel, by then. So
these are slow. Well, for an AMRAM.
Well, we're not going to go fully cold. We're just going to kind of do a loop and then go back in, or we'll either just beam for a bit and then go back in.
It's going to be a close one, Signore.
Oh no, he's vertical. The reason he's not moving because he's vertical, so he's safe.
Right, now one slight disadvantage now is 3 of our guys are cold now. Well, at least defensive, semi-defensive. Only one of us has got actually aggressive, where all of the Reds are aggressing this time. So it's kind of the opposite way around to last time, because they got the first shots out this time. We've got Death Lee sending shots out 30 miles. He's up at Angels 36, so they've retained their height, whereas Grim Reapers are generally on the deck. Is that going to be a hit? Square! Close, but no dice. Right. Layton is shooting at 60 miles, so we're starting to get kill shots coming in now. Reagan's got
Sucking all the
defensive.
missiles. Look at that.
Yeah, wow, they're really getting rid of their missiles, aren't they, guys?
They're just shedding weight. That's all.
I'm a magnet.
Yeah, I think it's a little panicky.
There's another 4 or 5 out. There's 5 out there. I think because we got the first missiles in the first round, maybe they're like, okay, let's get the first missiles out this time to get on the offensive. Okay, now here's a good
The
thing.
first 20 in their case, the first
Yeah.
20 missiles out.
Good thing. We've got 3 aggressing now, and Signore's aggressing 18 miles, so maybe not quite kill shots yet, but
No, not yet. We're in close.
we're firing missiles and then duck into the canyon, which is an interesting idea. Bears hot, climbing.
If you can break the radar between a mountain, you've basically defeated anything coming toward you, so that's kind of that.
Well, might disappear off the data link as well for a little bit, which must be confusing as hell.
Yeah.
That's going to put Diablo. It's not going to kill him, but it's going to put him seriously cold. We've put Wazir cold. It's just a slugging match at the moment. It's just guys just slugging this over the border, just slugging AMRAAMs over the border, isn't it?
Yeah.
Squiddle and I are trying to sort of small chainsaw.
Yep, I saw that.
That guy might get hit, actually.
Mutual support going on, and that's what the idea of our 2-man formation is, you know?
Yeah.
Did that red
support
guy
each other.
get hit?
I see
Wazir?
you get high. Oh, well done, guys. I don't know what happened, but
Oh, I was just. Yeah, I saw it before you went to the F3.
yeah. On the aggressing leg of the chainsaw, I see you getting angels as well. As you're up to angels 20, which is nice for the shot, obviously.
Pat, did you see the message I sent you?
Oh, who are you?
Taylor.
Taylor, I'm not sure is the answer. I'll have a look afterwards. Definitely is taken on Squiddle, but this is the beauty of the chainsaw. He can go around, and Bear's going to come back to cover. And I don't see any chainsawing from the
I got a
red,
missile coming
obviously.
for him, too.
This guy's in trouble now because Signori's hot on him, and it's 7 miles away. So Signori's probably going to have bigger energy as well. Yes, he has. He's delta 200 knots. So,
I think that missile's going to hit him. That I shot earlier. Yep.
yeah, it's a screamer. It's a screamer. Look at that. they're interesting.
You're just too slow.
I can't work out the fight with their bags on. There's such a bad thing to do. It's,
Look at the short jump. Need to bring him back.
I bet he would have survived it. He dropped that bag.
You can't fight. You cannot fight with that much fuel. It's like going with an elephant on your belly. It's ridiculous. Bear's in a bit of trouble here, though. Can he beat these? He's notched nicely and he's got low. I think he's going to be okay. Okay, boys, well done. We're neutral. This is more like it. Nice, structured, conservative. Just popping AMRAAMs out and they're slowly closing in with a couple of mini chainsaws. Got them on the ropes this time, which is nice. Only got a Signore latent chainsaw here, so Signore's defensive and Latent's coming into cover, which is going to put this guy defensive. No, this guy's defensive from there. So we should clean up here, but you never know. We never know what's going to happen. Fagan offensive, and he's been pushed down to the ground. So is Diablo. Leighton's pushing in from a decent altitude. Okay, we've surrounded them now. This is a true pincer now, so they're going to have AMRAAMs hitting them at every angle soon. However, they are low, and that gives them a chance because it's hard to see them when they're low. This guy might not be on our data link. Still got 3 bags. I don't get it, guys.
Yeah, there's some things that indicate maybe some slight inexperience, like spam ram. Like shooting 4 missiles at once and not dropping your bags are both pretty.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going ACM now, guys. We're in ACM. This guy's going to get smacked. You can't dodge that. You can't dodge that. Got a missile. Boom. Down. Nice. He's got an aim line. Heat Seeker. That's going to hit Leighton. Can't notch a Heat Seeker. Boom. That was a good Heat Seeker, that was. Right. On the plus side, we've done the work beforehand, so now we're just going to clean up as Fagan's going to run. Just push him out the circle or whatever you've got to do.
Good kill, Leighton.
The F-15 must be terrifying though, because you got no data link.
Yeah, God, can you imagine doing this without data link? It's all what you can see at the time. Ridiculous. I guess if you got good enough comms, that sort of makes up for it with your buddies. He's got his 3 bags on. He's burned through them all. He wants that extra drag. Just. Oh, he's done another good shot. Maybe maybe not. Oh,
Well, that was a good
trouble.
shot,
Is he going to get him? Oh, look, it's stalled. He's stalled. Ah! Hey!
Just over the mountaintop.
That's what happens when you try and do a hammerhead turn with 3 bloody fuel tanks on. Well done, guys. That's a bit more like it. Right, let's go and load up round 3.
You have this big fight, and you got to come back and land after it. So if you're the last guy, but you've only got 200 pounds of fuel and you die, it's a draw. So
I mean that's the use of having 3 bags, I suppose, because you keep. But is it worth sacrificing your fighting ability?
Well, yeah, that's why you got to figure out, like, okay, drop your center line now, drop your other ones when you need. You know, you gotta. It's the art of knowing when to without.
Yeah, there's a right time to drop your bags and a wrong time, and like in these fights, because it's so things happen quickly. You don't always want to drop your bags as soon as you get to a fight, because we're talking about at the very beginning, 30, 40 mile missile shots. Bags are not. If you do the right evasion, you're going to evade the missile.
If you're far enough away.
It's not about speed at that point. It's really about
angles.
You're notching it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you're getting low, stuff like that. Once your bags are empty, obviously drop them. Or if you're in a situation where it very well is about to turn into a VFM, or ACM situation, then you want to drop your bags. But until you need the maneuverability, if you have fuel left, you want to keep it, especially
in the 16.
We can burn through the gas in a few minutes on full burner.
The internal tank is so tiny.
We do not have F10 or F2 or anything like that. We have a map only. We can't see each other. We can't even see ourselves.
We have our data link. That's it. And
we use AWACS, and so each flight, like.
Good takeoff.
So, oh yeah, we like this one.
Okay, we're going up again for round 3. Okay, the Grim Reapers are red again. PTF are blue this time. Is there any reason why you change? Oh, to make it. I get it, don't it? Yeah.
Part of the rules you have to change every time.
I was going to say, otherwise, if one had a terrain advantage, then it would be unfair.
Exactly.
Well, Cap, there are 23 missions available from different locations, and 30 minutes before the match, the 2 team leads captains get together and actually veto off the maps one at a time. The ranges of the maps in terms. In terms of distance to the bullseye, ranges from 28 nautical miles, which is basically the end of the runway, up to 196 nautical miles to the runway, and that's Tbilisi and Napa. It's right across the whole map. There's tankers in that one, though.
Roger. Okay. Right, so Grim Reapers are going for their fan pincer. Now, interestingly, Blues have gone for an old-fashioned box this time, but they haven't been boxing before. I'm not sure why, but okay. Let's have a look at kinematics here. So we've got the green buttonmobiles at 540 knots, 28,000 feet. And the F-15s, which are just, the most powerful here for climb to height, 40,000 feet, 420 knots. They're slow. Oh, well, the missiles out already. Let's check that range. It's 38 miles. So odd PTF are firing first again this time. 3 missiles out. Grim Reapers are 33, so that's just for the reasons they explained before, 34,000, but we've got a lot higher speed. And the only problem with these guys, again, carrying these tanks is they can't get above 400 knots. So these missiles they're sending out are kind of delta minus 300 knots or something. That would upset me a bit. Oh, they're really plowing them in, guys. That's 6 AMRAAMs out.
Jesus.
The thing that annoys me about that is if one AMRAAM's going to miss, they're all going to miss because the guy's going to go defensive. So
it's kind of why we just shot one.
I'm just like, it's just there's never any point of firing more than one. Whenever I teach my lessons, I say fire one, that's it. Everything else is a waste. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue missiles coming in, 2 red missiles. You can turn 2 of them cold. Probably they're 2 front men. No, in fact, they're both going for deathly.
We were trying to hit the F-15s, which we assumed were hot and fast at 40K.
Which they were definitely at 40K. They were slower than we actually thought they were.
Yeah, 40.
The F-15s were sitting at like above 40, and the F-18s were like at 30 or below.
We were thinking if we were in an F-15, we'd be at 40, but like Mach 2.
Yeah, no, you'd be at maximum speed because you've got a massive delta energy advantage on those missiles.
Exactly.
Which is
And
really
if they
hard to
were at
dodge.
Mach 2, those missiles would have like 30, 40 mile range.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
Like kill range.
They're not even. I don't even think they're supersonic up there with the bags on. So they're
No,
those
not.
missiles
Yeah,
don't
kill
have
range.
juice. Those two missiles that are following me did a loop, a split S, and followed me.
Yeah, they're doing that lately. It's kind of weird.
I just realised I can see in your cockpit, Squirrel. How interesting. Should have
Oh
used
yeah,
that
by
before.
track.
Yeah. So if it looks a bit rough
But
and
I
ready.
know I beat them, so I'm not worried about them. It's like, okay, it's just annoying at this point.
There's those missiles.
Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
That's the point. Yeah. What speed are they? Are they catching you up or not? It's
No,
Check
they're
out the
not.
data link, Cap. Check out the data link in his F-16. And you just look at our essay, how good it is.
no, it's not.
How nice is that? We can see all our flight numbers, where we are, altitudes of our friendlies, and then all the enemies.
Yeah. You can
That's
also
why
see
we
who's
love
targeting
flying.
who. You can see who's TWSing who.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's interesting. Very good. Very good, guys. Right, let's see where we are. So it's kind of a standoff again. We pushed them back towards the edge of the circle, which is interesting for whatever reason. I think they were just a bit slower or whatever. They're getting rid of a lot of missiles. We've been a bit more
I think
conservative.
it's worth noting that this is why you don't need to fire 6 AMRAAMs off the gate, because our 2 AMRAAMs sent them just as defensive as
Now look at this
their
guy.
18.
Look at this guy. This guy's flying. He's notching, but he's notching at 300 knots. That's amazing. I've never seen someone try and fight in combat that slow.
I think he's frozen.
That's fuel conservation slow. He's going to get whacked.
Yeah, I don't know why they're all so slow.
I mean,
Yeah,
one
there's
thing
a
I
lot.
learned in air-to-air is whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing, defending, attacking, go fast. And it just increases your survivability massively. Look, he's just got caught up by an old floater. He's lucky he didn't hit him, but
Yeah, that one might.
it's going to hit him.
Yeah.
You were definitely right about the
300
speed,
knots.
Cap.
Look at that. You can't maneuver. You can't dodge missiles. Just nothing he do.
I mean, even if he was flying straight and he had speed, he probably would have dodged that. But because he wasn't, missile, yeah. Anyways, like you were saying, speed is critical.
All right, Bear's going straight into repair, but he's seen it and he's got out. And you look at Bear, you look at 540 on a defensive. That's much more suitable. This guy hot 700. This guy hot 600. These guys, okay, he's fast. Okay, they're all fast now, but they weren't there before.
Nice.
Right,
Good,
so
excellent.
you trapped him into. We haven't lost a man. I don't know who it was. Who got shot?
Hey,
Oh, it's
I didn't
Squiddle.
die.
Welcome to track.
Where am I?
Welcome to track files in DCS.
I lived.
Yeah, so you
Apparently he didn't.
disappeared off the thing, but he's still here, so
All right,
that's weird.
Check the press F1.
you can't. You
See if I
don't.
can. Oh,
It just desyncs after a while, so it's just the way it goes. Right,
All right. I think I killed somebody too. So let's see
lovely.
what
You'll just
happens.
see him just disappear. Lovely pincer going on here. Just a quick exchange there. This is going to be.
Oh,
He's lower. He's got the advantage, but
Leighton's got
He's-
the pro evasion
yeah,
tactics.
I think. Ooh, yep. Should I both notched? Okay.
Wow.
Look at that one. Look at that one up behind Leighton. Where is it?
Oh, jeez.
There it is. I see it. Ah! Oh! Jesus H Christ! Formation. That was a close one. That was a close one.
Formation with him for a minute.
Fast missiles and Skinori has got to be fast, low, quick, and he's done it. He's done it. Not sure what this rolling's about, but he's done it.
Maybe that was lag, actually. Were you spinning like that, Senor?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I was just trying to get below that ridge.
I do
See
that
the terrain.
as well. When I've got nothing to do, I'm already on the right vector. I just spin because I'm like, what else am I meant to do? Nothing else I can do.
So I actually remember this
Good
part.
shot.
So
Good shot.
I see Bear kill this guy, and I'm actually
guy's
flying in from the
I
west.
actually
of
think
Bear,
I might be
the left.
killing 2 of them soon, if not 1.
Okay, great angle. Skinori's got behind him on the southern flank. However, this guy's aggressing.
For that guy.
That's name 9. Get low, get low, get low.
Oh,
Oh, he missed. It hit the building. It hit
Oh,
the mountain.
oh, wow.
Fast missile on Leighton.
lucky.
I don't think he can dodge that. I don't think he can dodge that kind of range missile. Oh, come on. It's going to hit him. Who to watch? Who to watch?
I might be out of missiles.
I killed these last 2 guys. Remember, because you
Was
go
this-
guns on this guy.
Was this the second fight? Not the
No,
third?
this is the last one.
This is definitely the third.
Squidder's out there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
my goat's about to hit this guy with a missile.
flying around with big bags on. How are you going to dogfight like that? Jesus Christ.
I'm out of missiles, huh?
Yeah,
Look at him.
Gold guns.
Guns, yeah.
And he's hit. He's hit.
That's it. Right.
Oh.
Yeah,
He's
that
not
was it.
dead. Is he not dead? Come on, let me...
He definitely lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. So there's the desync. And then I get this guy too, I think.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I do. Right here.
Yeah, there he goes. He's
And
dead.
he's hit.
What was the kill with Amrams?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look how weird it's being. It's like not showing explosions.
Yeah, it's this. You see how hard it is. Imagine 25 versus 25, and I have to make movies, and half the people just disappear. It's like brilliant. So, anyway, that's the end of it, guys. And that was a win to GR then. 3-2.
Yeah, Squirtle didn't die in that match. Three of us survived the last two matches. The last two rounds.
Okay, guys. I mean, I saw lots of the massive GR cock up on the first round. Nerves first round, first of the season. Then it started coming together, and you can see the training kicking in. There's lots of problems on blue. Obviously, flying around with really slowly in BVR fights. You know, I'm amazed they weren't wiped out with a 30-mile shots, to be honest. But they lasted 3 rounds. I've not got much useful to say because I don't know a great deal. Anything you guys want to add to that fight in particular, and stuff you might have learnt that you're allowed to say before we head off?
Well, it was a pleasure. It was fun, and it was fun to fly with those guys.
I mean, that's the first F-16 Sataling. How did the F-16 rating up roughly compared to what you're used to in Satal?
Personally, being from the F-15, I'm going to say just quickly before we pass to Squirtle, I love it. The SA you get from it is so good that it makes your team work. It's like the Satal plane. It's perfect for this. But that's it.
I would love to use your platform, Cap, to say this, which is the F-16 is better than the F-15 because of its situational awareness in this game.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that.
However, there is you are at a massive disadvantage in ACM because in multiplayer, the F-16 ACM is basically broken.
Yeah.
So like it will not lock bore sight, doesn't lock people.
Yeah, I know.
Wide acquisition maybe will lock people. Vertical is okay. But it takes sometimes 30, 40 seconds for the bore sight to actually lock somebody. It's crazy. So it's unusable. So I have to mad dog people all the time.
Yeah, we find ourselves mad dogging a lot.
But even then, even with broken ACM in the F-16, its situational awareness and its BVR capabilities are so good that it's so worth it to take over. Like
now, the cool thing about it is it's really built around those 6 missiles. Obviously, it can carry 6 missiles. It's built around those 6 missiles. Whereas if you take the Hornet, it's built around 10 missiles, but it can only take 6 missiles. I know you can next have old Sidewinders, but it's built around essentially 10 missiles, but it can only take 6 really powerful modern gen missiles. So you've got a lot of fat there that's kind of been that the F-16 doesn't have. And also the F-18 is not a fast plane anyway. If you're going to design a carrier plane, obviously it's got to have big straight wings like the 18. It's got to be able to go slow like the 18. Big heavy flaps. You don't need that in the F-16, so it's so slow compared to you two.
Yeah, the F-18s do have the advantage in armament. They can take they can take Sidewinders, M's, which is how I died in one of the levels. And that is useful, but we haven't actually had many issues with running out of ammo. I mean, we do run out of ammo quite often, but normally it's the end at that point. So
have we got nerfed Tomcats in here? Because we did last year with Satal.
Oh, we occasionally.
The problem is it's 2 missile planes. The only problem, isn't it? It's 2 missile planes. Is that still the same?
Well, it depends on the weapon set, right? Is it a 4 missile plane on weapon set A, Bear?
It's 4 on both. It's just the 47As on
gotcha.
weapon B and any on the other.
So we can actually take 4 now, Cap. So it's much more viable to take the 14 now, and a lot of people do it.
It was a debate to
human
take it.
Rio, especially if you have a human Rio, because it is such a tactical advantage to have maybe one. But.
Yeah, it was a debate within the team on what planes we took. We have actually, we've been thinking about taking the F-14, but at the end of the day, we decided that
you've only got 4.
take the F-16.
If you only got, it's a shame to lose. If you only got 4 guys, it's a shame to lose because it has its uses.
It's a really good plane. The F-14 it has the unique ability to really reach out and touch someone.
Well, you can take a guy out of the fight. You can't kill him, but you can take him out of the fight at 80 miles. and he's never going to recover to catch his mates back up.
Well, see, it has a really good use. For example, in this fight, had we taken an F-14, those F-15s that were basically stalling at 44,000, that is Phoenix food. But because we were both using AMRAAMs in this case, it wasn't quite as easy for us to get in range and actually kill them. So, but had we had Phoenix missiles, we probably would have smoked them right out of the sky for being stalled at 44,000 feet.
I suppose know your enemy as well. If you went and fight them again, you'd go, "Oh, it's these guys who fly slow. Let's take a Phoenix."
Not if they watch your video.
Hey, no, good. We want them to learn. We want everyone to learn.
Yeah, that's a good point. We've literally just, anyways.
Yeah,
you can't put this on YouTube, Cab. Now, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, we've explained what's good and shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think most teams know what we're saying.
Okay, so yeah, we can say this now. Like, since we've already spilled the beans, like the best team we've practiced in training took 1 Tomcat and 3 F-16s, and that's exactly what we had at the time. And they beat us only because their mutual support was just tighter, just a little bit better. They'd been flying together more. So, but yeah, the planes. I mean,
the biggest issue at the moment with the 14 is when we use it is I tend to go up high with it, and then the other lads in the 16s mop up down low. The trouble you've got is Jester is an idiot. So unless you've got a really competent Rio, the 14 loses its advantage very early on, because you'll find he'll start track while scanning the AWACS that are 60 miles behind what you're actually trying to shoot at, which then puts you at a disadvantage. So without a Rio, the Tomcat really isn't an option these days.
Yeah, I kind of like that, to be honest. I'm never a fan of that AI Rio. I just think it's a bit silly.
Yeah.
It's good if you play single player and you don't tend to do multiplayer, which I think is what it was more designed for.
In Diamond League, you're not allowed AI.
Yeah, and I understand that, because Jester will spot missiles from 80 miles away, and you're like, why are you giving me that warning? A human would never do that. But equally, you can tell a Rio what you want tactically him to do, and they will do it. Like Talon and Dev stand out as my Rio when I need it, and they do it for skill as well when he's training. And it's one of those things that a Rio and a Tomcat pilot together, if they train well, are lethal. But a Tomcat and a Jester are very easy to defeat if you know what their weaknesses are. So that's why I think Squirtle and the team made the right decision to scrap it from this match.
All right, guys.
But in hindsight, we would have swatted them quite early on, I think.
When's the next match, chaps, then?
26th of next month.
Oh, so we've got a good month. We've got 5 weeks away. All right, well, get training then, guys. And we'll see you in 5 weeks. Otherwise, well done. And I'll see everyone later.
See you, Cap.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
Toodles.